and then attached to this number is everything. Their vacuum, the cart that they're going to use for that day. Perfect example, 8's here. This is how it's supposed to work. So if no one got assigned to 8, then we should have both the caddy here, the number, the vacuum will be upstairs, and it's just a better way for us to control everything, because a lot of this stuff is very expensive, and if we don't, then it can get abused, and it's a good tracking system we have. So this was Brian's vision that we set up.
Nice vision.
And what's that?
I said nice vision.
Yes.
So then they keep their own, they kind of like own their number.
Exactly,
Right?
and that's the perfect word for it, is ownership. This way the housekeepers usually have the same exact room, for the most part, every day. So we really can hold them accountable for maintaining the cleanliness of that room, rather than maybe on Monday they're on 26, then they're on 14, then they're on 16, they're in all these different sections. And it doesn't really work. And as Sandra started to point out, our wig board is room cleanliness, or our sub wig. Overall is for the hotel to reach a 61.8 for overall satisfaction. Ours is to move room cleanliness from a 67.1 to a 67.9. So, there's 2 other metrics that they use: room overall and then bathroom overall as well, which is on the survey. And have they learned about guest voice a little bit?
I learned about guest voice a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to give housekeeping some kudos. Guest voice is a new system that we've probably been using we piloted first, but it officially was in January, and they're the only department that's been green ever since it started, I believe, correct?
Just about,
so
yeah.
Green. So they're winning. They've been winning.
Yes.
And that's something very awesome to do, to start a whole new system, and you already started at top, versus other departments, we have to climb our way to the top. So they're doing an awesome job.
Don't let us down.
No.
Yeah, because you're holding the torch, sir.
Yes.
Housekeeping is holding the
We
torch.
are. And like I said before, there's a lot of pressure on ladies, because that is the #1 thing when someone checks into a hotel. Whether you got a 5-star restaurant, an amazing pool, like Brian talked about with water and air conditioning, the #1 thing they expect, the room's got to be clean.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not coming back. We've just ruined their stay right there because we checked them into a room that has hair or has other evidence of another guest. So we're really getting off on the wrong foot with our guests. But I will introduce LaToya Jackson. She is our housekeeping supervisor. She has got a wealth of experience. She worked at a Plantation Marriott before, actually was a housekeeper and just worked her way up. So she knows this department in and out and is very passionate about it. So anything, I kind of just left off on this.
Yeah. I should give us our tour. So before we go on our tour, I believe you ladies, so we have 2 college students from FIU School of Hospitality.
Okay.
They're actually classmates with Alejandro Duarte, and they wanted to do a tour, so I invited them on this day because I know I'll be doing a tour. So they had a question for housekeeping, and I said, you know what, let's save it for my housekeeping leaders to answer that. So go ahead with your question.
Well, my first question will be about the reviews. Do you guys check reviews, or customers, like you just said, our customers, first thing they do is check the room. They use black lights. Do you guys use black lights? Tell us maybe.
It's not something we've done on a regular basis. There's an audit each year for the entire hotel, and then broken down into different subsections. So based on our front office service, our room cleanliness, our hotel maintenance, and that is a time that we've taken it out before, because these guys, when these auditors come in, they get into everything. They flip it upside down, basically. They go through each linen, down to the mattress, down to the floor, down to the carpet thread. So we've used it before for that. But on a regular basis, we do conduct a lot of inspections, 100 per week, 5 for each of the leaders here per day, but not on an everyday basis. We don't use it, no.
Okay. So you guys conduct inspection, each one of you, the leaders?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get upstairs and we'll pull the ladies aside and we'll take them into the room with us and show them what we see. And then we'll give them a score. We have a standardized inspection sheet that we use, which is more heavily weighted towards, hair is a big infraction because that's a major one, and dust as well.
Yeah.
So, what year are you?
I think I'm a sophomore or a junior.
Sophomore?
I just don't count. I think just
Yeah.
what classes am I taking?
Sure, yeah. But you're probably in your major. Are
Yeah.
you into the hospitality courses now?
I'm
Okay.
taking that.
Fantastic. Well, that's awesome that you got to come, join
Yeah,
Sandra
that's good.
and some of our new hires on the tour here, and see some of the back of the house areas.
How many rooms do you kind of expect for the housekeeper to clean one day?
How many rooms do we expect them to clean?
Yeah.
They get so when it comes to housekeeping, rooms are assigned on a credit or key basis. So key just meaning a room. So maybe if it's like a stay over clean, it's only half of a key, whereas a checkout would be a full key. The way we do it here is credits. So our suites are worth 60 credits,
Oh, okay.
and our regular guest rooms or standard guest rooms are worth 30. So, but it basically equates out to 15, 16 rooms a day.
Oh, so technically they're getting credits from how many rooms they clean.
Yeah, they're just assigned like a numeric value, basically. A bigger room is going to be more credits, and some hotels will do less credits for a stayover. So maybe a stayover would be 15 credits, whereas a checkout would be 30.
Oh, okay.
Which is how ours is done. But yeah, that's a lot of housekeeping departments use that same system, one or the other, or either a combination of the two. So it's a really good department to learn because there's so many expenses and controllables that you have to maintain. All these things we have to purchase, linen, all the guest supplies. This stuff costs a fortune overall. Whereas front office, there's no really expenses to maintain, but they're more on the service side. So it is important. It's a great department to learn. It's a lot of fun. Our ladies are a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And you lose weight with them.
Yeah.
You're always on your feet. You're always busy in a hotel.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
For employee motivation, what kind of incentive program do you have?
Okay, for that one, just as you said, like with the inspections, on that board right there is where we have our inspection chart, where you could see the different housekeepers, because we use BIOS and we use Marriott. So we have all the inspections scored right there, and you could see which housekeeper got what score, whether they're in the green, yellow, or red. What program we have now, sometimes Robert, which is our other housekeeping manager, he does like raffles at times where we go and he buy those scratch off thing, and then you do that, you do raffling. Let me see if I can remember what else you do.
Yeah, we're working on one now with we're trying to get like these little chips and stuff for certain things that they can use to redeem. So yeah, so maybe if they get a 97 on their inspection, they'll get a chip, or maybe we're going to try and have the leaders have at least, 5 chips for the month or something, and we can hand them out as we please. Maybe we see somebody doing something. Because you always want to look for people doing things right, rather than, no, that's not right, that's not right, that's not, and just kind of nitpicking like that. Try to find them doing it the right way.
But overall, as a hotel, as a whole, we do have a lot of recognition programs.
Yeah.
Latoya actually just won supervisor
Yes.
the 4th quarter.
Woo woo! Well deserved.
Housekeeping just won, a manager won manager of the 4th quarter, and then they also were department of the 3rd quarter. So housekeeping does get recognized for all their hard work, and we also have something called Brilliant Host of the Month and Brilliant Host of the Year. And then housekeeping actually has a Brilliant Host of the Year, and then they always have hosts that are nominated and actually win. So within the hotel, we have several recognition programs. We have something called Brilliant Host of the Week, where you can give a quick shout out to a host that you